cake friends. I'm Miss Maya from Miss Maya's Custom Cakes. I've been doing a lot of buttercream flours and practicing and research on recipes and all kinds of stuff. So today we're actually going to test out a recipe for buttercream, specifically for piping flours together, so we can see how it works. I can give you the recipe, you can try it, you can pipe some flours, and then we'll pipe some test flours here at the end to see how we like it. So let's go. So the recipe is from Chef Alan from Global Sugar Art, and it calls for 1 pound of shortening, and this is actually a high ratio shortening called Sweetex that I use, which he says is the absolute best to use, so yay. Otherwise you can use Crisco or any kind of white vegetable shortening is what you need to use. So there's 1 pound of this and 2 pounds of powdered sugar, 10x powdered sugar. I just went and grabbed some from the store because it's already sifted and I don't have to worry about it. So we're just going to go ahead and use that. A stand mixer, because you're going to need to, the shortening is heavy, so it's kind of hard to do it if you have a hand mixer. It's possible still, but much better if you have a stand mixer. 1/3 to a 1/2 cup of cold water, so that's what I have here. And the secret ingredient is glycerin, so this is 3 tablespoons of glycerin. So first thing we're going to do is put our powdered sugar inside our mixing bowl. All of your powdered sugar, all 2 pounds of powdered sugar. And then we're going to add half of this water in here. So about 1/4 cup. And then we're going to add half of the shortening into the mixture as well. I'm just staring at it because I'm seeing if it's melting in there. It is. So then we're going to add half of the we're going to add about 1/3 of this in there. So looking at my recipe. Okay. And I've thrown mine in the microwave for 30 seconds because it is very thick and hard. So I'm just trying to soften it a little bit. It has a much higher melting point than butter does, which is a blessing and a curse because it's great for not melting, but also if you get this down the drain, you're gonna have pipe problems. So just so you know, buttercream doesn't go down the drain, guys. Okay, so I added about 1/3 of that in here with the water and the powdered sugar. And also clear vanilla. So I'm gonna get my clear vanilla. I'm gonna start this. I've got the paddle attachment on here with the little scraper, so hopefully that makes things easier. So I'm just gonna turn it on low. Get back in there. So I'm gonna get my vanilla. Let that mix together for a bit and we'll see the texture. And I've got some clear vanilla. This is just Wilton imitation vanilla because we want to keep the texture or the color white. I'm really bad about measuring stuff, you guys, so we're just gonna go. That is not white. See, my mixer is struggling. This is really hard. So, because my mixer is struggling, we're going to put some more water in here. Can I get that off? Off the center of the paddle here. Okay, so I'm going to add the rest of the water and see if we can get this a little less thick. There we go. Yes, better. And I'm going to let this mix for, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes or so. Okay, so I've been mixing this for about 3 or 4 minutes. I actually switched from my paddle attachment with the scraper to my regular paddle attachment because the other one wasn't working. It was like building up on the sides of the bowl, which is super not helpful. Does that happen to anybody else? If it does, leave a comment. Let me know why you think that happens or what you did about it. Do I have the wrong size attachment? Like, I don't understand. Anyway, so we're gonna check this and see if there's any lumps in it. So that's one of the most important things, is to mix this on low. I'm on 2 right now. To mix this on low until there's no bumps. Because if you have bumps and lumps and stuff in there and you're trying to pipe some buttercream flowers, you're gonna throw your piping bag because it's not gonna work. So it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna kind of put it between my fingers here just to see if I can feel any bumps, and I don't feel any bumps and I don't see any, so I think we should be good. Get that out of the way. So now we're gonna add the rest of the shortening. So put that in there. And after we add the rest of the shortening, we just want to mix it until it's smooth. Over mixing, this is going to put extra air bubbles inside your frosting that you don't want. So you'll want air bubbles if you want like a fluffy buttercream frosting, but for piping flowers, that's bad. We don't want bubbles because then it puts little dents inside our flower petals when we try to make it. Sorry, apparently I can't talk and work at the same time. So let's get this all added. Get this out of the way. Okay, I'll get my big spatula out the way. Let's get that all mixed in. So low is the most important here. I'm gonna just turn it up to get that out of in the middle of the beater. Okay, so it's mixing now. Just let you see inside the bowl here. We're gonna do one more time to kind of get that out of there. So I'm gonna let that mix. Sorry, keep moving, y'all. Hope I'm not giving you motion sickness. This is really thick, you guys. But I think it's a good thick. Like, your petals are gonna stand up thick. So I'm gonna mix this for maybe another 3 minutes. So we'll be right back. Okay, so I've mixed this for about 3 or 4 minutes. I've scraped it down 3 times, probably just to make sure that I get it all nice and incorporated. And if you can see in here, I can try to, oh, you can't see that. Show you the consistency of it. It's not going anywhere. It's very, very thick. And it's really smooth. You can't see that. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to add the glycerin. To get you set back down there. Scrape it again. Okay, and so now we're going to turn on low and add the 3 tablespoons of glycerin while it's mixing. Waste not, want not. All the glycerin in there. It just gives it this silkiness. Okay. So we're going to let that mix for just a little bit. I'll probably scrape the center, scrape all that stuff out of the center of the paddle. Not too much, remember. Ooh, it looks great. I've got like frosting all over my hands. I'm so messy, you guys. It's a problem. All right, that looks good. Ooh. Okay. So here's our frosting. It's really thick. It's not coming off. It looks wonderful, very smooth. So now we get to pipe some flowers with it. So let's move you over to the other counter, and I'll get some piping bags ready. Okay, so I mixed up a few colors of buttercream frosting, the one that we just made. So I mixed up a very light pink, and this one I fitted with an Ateco number 104 tip. So we're going to pipe some roses out of that. And then I mixed up a kind of a peachy color. And this one I fitted with an Ateco 123 tip. So we're gonna see how this works. So I've got my flower nail here, and I've got some little wax paper squares. So we're gonna, and I'm gonna do 2 angles here so you can see from the side, and then I'll put you up top so you can see what it looks like from the top as well. So first thing we're gonna do is put a little dab of frosting on the flower nail, put our wax paper square on there, and this is the 104 tip that I'm using. And then we're gonna build our base. So basically I just take this and kind of squiggle a little base up right here. And just for a little stability, pipe right around the base there, and another one right here. And now we're gonna pipe our very center of our row. So right up here at the top, and then we're gonna twirl around with our fingers down here to make the center. We're just gonna make it a closed little circle here. So there's your little center. And then we're gonna start piping our petals. And I'll start kind of in the middle. This is where I ended here on this one. So I'm gonna start right here. And then we're gonna make a rainbow. We're gonna make a rainbow shape. So we're gonna do 3 petals around this guy. So we'll start here, we'll make a rainbow shape, start, and then pull down. Make your rainbow shape here, come down, and make your rainbow shape up and down. So now you have your little bud here. There's the side. We're gonna pipe another row, and you're gonna start in the middle of the previous petal. Squeeze, rainbow shape, and then down, and then down. It's pretty awesome. The texture of the buttercream here. This guy's really not going anywhere. And then you can take these, put them in the fridge, put them in the freezer, and have them all ready so that you can handle them and put them on top of your cake. So there's one. I'll do one more from the side view, and then I'll put you up top. How about I do the 123 tip? And those are bigger petals, this 123 tip. If you can see, here, I'll show you the difference between these two. This is the 123, this is the 104. May not be very clear, but this one is much bigger in general, and then it's wider here, and it's also curved. Let me clean it off so you can see. This is the 123, so it's curved already, so it's already going to give us some curved petals. So let's see how it works. All right, so got our parchment on, our wax paper. Gonna pipe the base here. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Give a little more stability and pipe there. A little more stability and pipe there. And now we're gonna pipe our center. This one's a little more closed. Can you see that? And you can see the rainbow motion. guy. That's the 123 tip. So I'm going to move you up top so you can see me pipe from the top. Okay, so here's the top view of the 2 roses I just piped. There's the 123 tip. And this one is the 104 tip. So we're going to pipe one more. Pipe one more set here, just so you can see it from the top. Our square on. This is the 104 tip that I'm going to use here. Gonna pipe our little base. Gonna give it a little extra stability here and pipe right down there. Pipe right here. Try to keep your piping tip clean. Wipe it often. And then we're gonna go and make our center. And I just do that just to try to make sure that it stays straight up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so we got our center, and here was the end right here. I'm gonna start probably about right there, and we're gonna do 3 petals, and we're gonna do our rainbow motion. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And then we'll start in the middle of this guy here. Sometimes you can count how many petals if you want, but it's really what looks the best. So we can do one more, and I'm going to kind of tilt outwards to open up this rose. Oh, there's a little bit of air bubbles in there. And I'm not out the whole time because I'm starting in here, but once I start getting to the top, I can tilt this outwards to get your petals out there. Sorry, there's your rose with the 104 tip. And let's do one with the 123 tip. Sorry. I'm gonna pipe our base here. Make sure your bigger end is at the bottom. That guy. That guy. We're gonna clean our little tip off here. Make our center. So I gotta keep checking to make sure that I'm still in the camera view. So there's our center. And you see how closed this is? I'll do one more here, and then we'll start on the next row. Okay. This guy just for good measure. Running out of frosting, you guys. One more should do it, I think. Oh, come on, guys. We can do it. Oh. That works. So there's our rose with the 123 tip. So thank you for joining me in testing out this recipe. It worked really well, so I think I have a new favorite. It's very stable. You can put it in the freezer. You can separate it out, put it in the freezer, and pull out little containers as you need to. You can pipe your flowers, put them in the freezer until you're ready to decorate your cake, and then you can handle them. But your flower petals don't fall over. With butter in your buttercream, it's going to melt, if not by the heat of your hand, by the environment. If it's too warm outside. It's summer now, so while this recipe doesn't taste as good as a traditional buttercream, we're only using this for flowers. And for your decorations, you want to have something that is stable, that's going to give you the look that you want. In this case, we are sacrificing a little bit of flavor, of taste, for look. And that just is what it is. You can use a regular buttercream with thickened with some powdered sugar, but sometimes it gets too thick. Sometimes it doesn't stick if you add too much powdered sugar to your regular American buttercream. So this kind of solves that problem for me. I think it's a winner, so I'm going to start using it for my flowers, and then I'm going to test some more piping tips so I can get some more flowers for you guys, and then I'll do another video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you soon.